All right, guys, welcome back to the LPR Trading Group YouTube channel. It's Dave again. I'm on a different mic. Again, I'm using my default factory laptop microphone right now, so sorry if the sound quality isn't so good. I've got a video for you today of a live trade that I took. I stumbled up a little bit on one of my orders, which forced me to get out of my trade early because the plan just wasn't coming together properly. I had made a mistake, and I felt like the right thing to do was just cut the trade as I ruined my average on the trade. But I'll go through it all with you today in today's video. I hope you guys like it. I've made some minor edits to the video and changed the structure a little bit. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys enjoy. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to keep this content coming to you guys. Enjoy. All right, guys, so market's open here, and I've already tried this trade 2 times in the pre-market to catch it. I know this is the spot. I just can't grab it quite right. I'm still looking at a few areas here that I was trying earlier. You can see the 1250s, you can see the 1350s, the 12s. These are really interesting areas for me to see if price can hold. So I've got one contract long right now in the 1350s. I just hit another one into the 1250s. We're going to hold a stop at low of day and see if we can really get a push up through the highs here. What we had on our chart is we actually had a big sweep of some highs in our 4430s area. I was looking at an area 4414 for a sweep below, and once we swept below that, I wanted to see buyers get aggressive, sellers get trapped, and look for a push to the upside on this move. And this is sort of exactly what we're getting here. So our average is in the 13s, and right now we've got a pretty loose stop behind the 10s. So we're running like a 3.5 point stop. I was curious to possibly get in some more on this trade. You can see the 15s here. We had a big 2200 or 2500 bid block sitting there on the left side, and that was in the pre-market session when we tried to break those 1415s, 1414s, which was the area we were looking at. So my idea here is I really want this area to hold. As you can see, I put another order out there to buy some more at the 13s if we wanted to come back. Right now we look to be holding the 15s. It looks to be strong. We can just sit through this trade with an order out there. If it does want to come back and fill us, it's great. If not, we'll just take the push to the upside. We're targeting the 20 to 22s on this trade, at least for the first piece, to see what we can do here. As of right now, we're holding the 15s, which is great. That was our big bid from earlier. 2,500 contracts were done there on the bid aggressively. Price is pushing up. We've pushed the POC up to 44.17 right now. I'll flip over and show you guys what this looks like on a chart. So here's our chart. We're into the 50. We're trying to grind back losing P&L from earlier this morning as I put a box right up top there. We're down 9 points, currently up a few more than that, 10.5 points. Running into the 50 EMA intraday here. This is an area that people like to watch for possible trend continuation, short, long, or just an area of resistance or support. So I do have it on my chart. I don't often trade off of it. You can see my targets out there in the low 20s. I've got some more in the 25s, 26s. Then I was looking for 30 on the rest of this trade. So back here, price is trying to hold that point of control at 44.17. I still think we could get pullbacks into 44.14s, even 44.13s. And in these areas, I will try and buy again. Okay, I will be a buyer at this area. We've already proven we can hold lows. I want to see if we can pull back a little bit and push to the highs. I've got a little minor edit glitch there on the box on the screen. We'll fix that up for the next video for you guys. So here we go. Here's a little pullback off the 50. Shorts possibly trying to get short here. I just think they're getting stuck. So I continue with the long position, moving some targets that I haven't gotten filled yet to where I want to get filled. And we can see how the price is just driving. We're holding above the point of control right now. We've got our target out there in the 20s, 2250s. We're failing to accept lower off the previous print, 934.53 print, which is really nice. It held the POC, so I'm looking for some more upside on this trade. And at this point, there's nothing we can do but just wait and see what happens here. So we take this piece off in the 2150s, which was great. The reason why I took it off there is if you look at the top of that print, we're sort of failing to accept higher at this point. I don't want to get too cute that close to my target. If the tape's showing me and the prints are showing me we're failing to accept higher at that moment and we're right there, we're just going to peel it off. My targets were between 21 and 23 anyways. Back here we can see we're into VWAP, and that's the area I just marked there, that 2250s. So this is let's call it a very serious area here. This could turn the market around and shoot it back to the downside. So I'm watching this area very, very closely. I actually have my cursor on the flatten button, if you can see there, because if we really start failing hard off this, sellers have gained control and they could possibly push this market to the downside. I don't see any of that happening just yet, so I'm pretty confident to look for potential adds on this trade. As you can see, I've got an order out there in the 1850s to try and look for a buy. I've got the stop down in the 1550s, which is where my new average would be. So it would be a wash trade at the end of it. We do get a fill. This is where I make a mistake. You can see I have an order out there to take profit at 22.25. That should be much higher. It should be, well, not much higher, but it should be in the 2350s, 2375s, maybe even 24s for a push back up to the point of control and high of day. Unfortunately, I didn't move that, and that's where I made this blunder here, and I didn't realize I actually had that order in to take profit there, which is not a terrible thing that it got filled, but it really threw me off when it got filled, and it brought my average up into the 1850s. I was not expecting that, and you'll see it in this, further into this clip, what happens here. So still sitting with a break even at the 1550s. I'm actually interested or thinking about buying some more in the 15s or the 1450s. So as I zoom down here, you can see I've got orders out in the 14s, 13s. You know, I'm interested in the 15s here. These are some areas that price could pull back to and potentially hold for an upside move. So I'd be risking a little bit here, but I could really get big responsibly into this trade if it was going to be a trade that was going to push to the upside. And make sure you go through your charts and you have a look at what's behind you, what's to the left, what does the previous price action look like. It's going to be very important for the move in the future. You'll always see me shifting back in my charts, looking to see where the previous battles were, just to see where I can actually put my orders. Now it looks like the sellers are failing to accept price lower here. I'm marking out some areas. The 1750 looks really nice. There was a bid there. It failed to accept lower. After the sellers hammered it, we're trading above that. We're trading above the point of control. These are very good signs that we could at least get a push up to the highs in this situation. So I'm actually talking on chat right now about a potential add back into the 1825, 1850s, even 1750s if we get this little push. Now, as soon as this order gets filled up here, which I still don't realize I have out, because I'm thinking about where and how can I add into these 1850s, this completely throws me off right here. Now that I got filled, my new average is 1850, which isn't terrible, but it wasn't what I had going on in my mind at the time. It completely threw me off, and I ended up hitting the flatten button in the next few seconds here just to get out of the trade because, like I said, mentally it just threw me for a little bit of a shake, which is okay. I mean, this happens in trading. You've really got to be on your A game. If you make one little blunder, it's not a huge deal. Just my whole rule is if I've made a mistake, whether it's for good or for bad, I've got to just get out of the trade and reassess. If I wanted to, I could always rebid the 1825, 1850s to try and get in this thing along again. Now, just to show you guys, I've sped up some price action here. We get all the way back down into those 1850s. We're holding. And this is where we go for the drive into the highs. We're hitting the point of control, bouncing off that point of control, and that would have been our target up there in those, 2325s, 2375s, something like that. Ultimately, I would have had another piece coming off into or through high of day. So once we push through high of day with some momentum, I would have liked to take another piece off there into the 25, 26s. As you can see, I'm not in the trade anymore. So that it really is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys like this new format, bouncing back and forth between sort of the candlestick charts, some of the P&L, which is by points on the day, and some of these footprint charts. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'll get back to every single one of your comments down below. And have a good day. Good luck on the charts. Cheers.